Imagine this. Days are flying like crazy, and the world is more connected than ever, yet people feel more lost than found. In this age of information overload, where everyone has an opinion but few have wisdom, there's a hunger for authenticity. And who better to satisfy that hunger than you, the Sigma male, the independent thinker, the one who walks his own path? But here's the thing. To truly stand out, to make money by being yourself, you need to understand the depths of your own psyche. That's where Carl Jung comes in. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who delved into the unconscious mind, predicted that the future would belong to those who embrace their whole selves, shadows and all. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, where we blend psychology, stoicism, and practical wisdom to help you thrive. Today, we're uncovering 5 ways to make money by being yourself, inspired by Carl Jung's profound insights. So, let's dive in and discover how your true self can be your ticket to financial freedom. First way, shadow as your secret weapon. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow self is one of the most powerful ideas in psychology. The shadow is the part of your personality you've pushed into the unconscious. Your repressed emotions, hidden desires, and unacknowledged talents. It's everything you've been told is wrong, bad, or unacceptable, from your anger to your unconventional dreams. But Carl Jung knew the shadow isn't just a collection of flaws. It's a reservoir of untapped potential. For Sigma males who pride themselves on independence and self-reliance, the shadow is a goldmine. Every time you've suppressed a part of yourself to fit in, you've diminished your power. But what if you stopped hiding? What if you embraced those parts you've been taught to reject? Consider Alex, who grew up in a family where emotions were seen as weakness. He buried his sensitivity, presenting a stoic facade. But deep down, he was a creative force. One day, he started a blog about his mental health struggles, a topic he'd never dared share. To his surprise, thousands connected with his raw honesty. Alex turned his blog into a thriving coaching business, helping others navigate their emotions while embracing his own. His shadow, his suppressed sensitivity, became his secret weapon, the key to his financial success. By integrating your shadow, you're not just becoming authentic, you're tapping into a niche that craves your unique perspective. In a world of curated personas, authenticity is revolutionary, and it's what sets you apart in the marketplace. But what if your shadow feels dark or destructive? Jung would argue that even the darkest parts of yourself can be transformed when brought into consciousness. If you're prone to anger, channel it into assertive negotiation or competitive pursuits. If you love taking risks, use that energy to launch a startup or invest boldly. The shadow isn't bad. It's raw energy needing direction. Integrating it is the first step in Carl Jung's process of individuation, becoming your whole self. Start by reflecting. What do you hide from others? What traits do you judge in others that might reflect your own shadow? Journal these thoughts without censorship, looking for patterns. Then, express them healthily, through art, writing, or even therapy. In business, this means branding yourself authentically. Don't mimic trends. Lean into what makes you unique, even if it's unconventional. Your shadow is your competitive edge. Monetize it through content, consulting, or creations that resonate with those who value your truth. For example, if you've suppressed a love for dark humor, start a podcast or YouTube channel that embraces it. Your audience is out there, ready to pay for what only you can offer. Your shadow isn't a liability. It's your secret weapon, turning vulnerability into velocity. Second way, kill the starving artist archetype. The starving artist archetype is a psychological trap, rooted in the myth that suffering purifies creativity. It's the belief that true art can't coexist with wealth, that poverty is noble. But Carl Jung would see this as a refusal to integrate the shadow, specifically the parts of you that crave security, comfort, and recognition. These desires aren't weaknesses, they're human. Denying them fragments your psyche, stunting your creativity and growth. Jung's concept of individuation demands that you embrace all parts of yourself, including your need for abundance. Clinging to the starving artist identity often stems from fear. Fear that success will corrupt your authenticity or expose your inadequacies. But this is just your shadow talking, projecting self-doubt onto the idea of wealth. Consider the story of a painter who refused to sell her work, believing it would taint her art. She lived in poverty until she realized that money could fund better supplies, studio space, and time to create. By selling her paintings, she didn't lose her soul. She amplified her impact. Wealth isn't the enemy of art. It's a tool to expand your reach. For Sigma males who value independence, rejecting this archetype means reclaiming your power to thrive, not just survive. To kill the starving artist archetype, start by challenging its roots. Ask, why do I believe suffering is necessary for creativity? Is this belief serving me? Reframe money as a means to freedom, freedom to create, to grow, to impact. Stoicism complements this by urging you to focus on what's in your control, your effort, your pricing, your work ethic. Don't romanticize poverty. Instead, value your work enough to charge for it. If you're a writer, musician, or designer, build a brand around your craft. License your work, create digital products, or offer workshops. Jung would say that embracing abundance integrates the shadow's desire for recognition, making you whole. This wholeness fuels better art and better business. For example, a musician who once gave away his music for free started charging for exclusive content, turning fans into patrons. His income grew, and so did his creative output. By valuing yourself, you signal to the world that your work matters. This isn't selling out, it's stepping up. Kill the starving artist within you, and let your integrated self build an empire of impact. Third way, microcontent is psychic warfare. Microcontent, those 15-second TikToks, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, has revolutionized how we connect. From a Jungian perspective, its power lies in tapping into the collective unconscious, the shared reservoir of archetypes that Carl Jung believed connects all humanity. A single clip can evoke the hero, the rebel, or the sage, resonating on a primal level. For Sigma males, who often embody the lone wolf archetype, microcontent is a chance to share your unique perspective authentically. But it must come from your individuated self, not a trend-chasing persona. Consider a Sigma who overcame social anxiety through self-discipline. His short videos sharing raw, honest tips on managing fear could inspire thousands. Why? Because they speak to universal struggles rooted in his shadow, his once hidden vulnerability. Carl Jung would say that such authenticity aligns with individuation, as you're expressing your whole self, not a curated mask. Microcontent isn't about virality. It's about connection, building a tribe that resonates with your truth. This tribe becomes your audience, your customers, your community. The psychological impact of microcontent lies in its ability to bypass conscious filters and speak to the unconscious. A well-crafted clip can evoke emotions or desires we didn't know we had, making it a form of psychic warfare, not destructive, but connective. Stoicism enhances this by emphasizing clarity and focus. Each video should deliver a precise, powerful message, free of fluff. To start, identify your niche. What unique insight do you offer? Maybe it's your take on resilience, solitude, or power dynamics. Then, craft content that distills your shadow's truth into bite-sized wisdom. For example, a Sigma who loves philosophy could create reels breaking down complex ideas into practical advice. As your following grows, so do opportunities, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or selling your own products. Jung would see this as individuation on a grand scale. By sharing your shadow, you help others confront theirs, creating a ripple effect. Monetization follows when your authenticity attracts those who value your voice. Master microcontent, and you're not just influencing, you're shaping minds and markets. Fourth way, soul-led guidance is the new black ops. In a world drowning in information but starving for wisdom, soul-led guidance stands out. Carl Jung believed true wisdom comes from individuation, integrating your conscious and unconscious mind, including your shadow. For Sigma males, who often navigate life's challenges alone, this process yields hard-won insights that others crave. Your journey through betrayal, failure, or reinvention isn't just personal growth. It's a marketable asset. People don't want generic experts with degrees. They want guides who've lived the struggle. Take a Sigma who survived a career collapse and rebuilt himself. His coaching business, focused on resilience, thrives because clients trust his authenticity. Jung would say, this is the self at work, the integrated psyche guiding others toward wholeness. Your lived experience is your clearance level, giving you authority to charge premium rates for mentorship, consulting, or content. This isn't about credentials. It's about credibility born from your unique path. To monetize soul-led guidance, start by sharing your story, warts and all. Vulnerability builds trust. Next, identify your niche. What have you mastered that others need? Maybe it's navigating crises, building mental toughness, or finding purpose. Package this wisdom into coaching, courses, or books. Stoicism supports this by urging you to stay grounded and principled, ensuring your guidance is steady and reliable. For example, a Sigma who overcame addiction could offer high-stakes advisory on breaking destructive patterns, charging not for time, but for transformation. Teaching others reinforces your own individuation, as you solidify your insights by sharing them. Jung would see this as a cycle of growth. By helping others integrate their shadows, you deepen your own integration. Your guidance isn't just a service, it's a legacy. Turn your journey into a business, and you'll not only make money, but also make a difference. Fifth way, the overgiver is your enemy. Overgiving, saying yes to every request, working for free or burning out to please others, is a psychological trap. Carl Jung would argue it's a way to avoid your shadow, particularly the parts that crave self-respect and boundaries. By focusing on others' needs, you dodge your own fears, desires, or insecurities. This escapism prevents individuation, as you're not fully acknowledging your own worth. For Sigma males who value independence, overgiving can feel like a betrayal of self. It's often driven by a need for validation or fear of conflict. Shadow aspects that need integration. Consider a freelancer who constantly undercharges, fearing he'll lose clients. He's exhausted and resentful, but his shadow, his fear of rejection, keeps him trapped. Jung would urge him to confront this fear, to see his value as inherent, not tied to others' approval. Stoicism complements this by emphasizing self-mastery. Focus on what you control, your boundaries, your pricing, your energy. To stop overgiving, start by recognizing your worth. Your time and energy are finite, precious resources. Practice saying no without guilt, starting with small requests. Reassess relationships and commitments. Are they draining you? Set clear terms, retainers, not hourly billing, payment up front, no free consultations. For example, a consultant who stopped offering free advice and started charging for initial meetings saw his income soar and his stress plummet. Clients respected his boundaries, and he attracted those who valued impact over cheap access. Jung would say this integrates the shadow's need for recognition, aligning with individuation. Stoicism reinforces this by teaching you to prioritize your virtue over others' opinions. By setting boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself, you're modeling strength for others. Your presence is the product. Price it like the luxury it is. Stop subsidizing mediocrity and watch wealth flow as you honor your true self. We've covered a lot of ground today, from embracing your shadow to killing the starving artist archetype, from mastering microcontent to offering soul-led guidance, and finally, from stopping overgiving. Each of these ways shows you how to make money by being your authentic self. Carl Jung predicted that those who integrate their shadows would lead the way in personal and professional success. At Sigma Male Community, we're committed to helping you on that journey. So, take these insights, apply them to your life, and start building the future you deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from these teachings. Have you ever turned a part of your shadow into a strength? Share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've made money by being yourself. See you next time.